Fight for your life, the brand that speaks to the within. So I was recently asked to retell the story on how Fight for Your Life came to be. So I'm gonna try to do this as brief as possible. Of course, the story is out there, how Fight for Your Life came to be. I've done plenty, platforms where I've discussed how it came to be, but we're gonna put it out again just to remind people that it's more than a shirt, it's more than a hat, it's more than a coat, it's more than just a statement piece. It's a statement in itself, but it's the brand that speaks to the within. So years ago, I was on my way to a referred client. For those who don't know, I run a fitness company. And I got up that morning and I planned everything out. I had everything planned the night before, planned everything out. This person is highly referred, so I'm trying to get there on time, a little early, make sure I leave enough time for parking and consider traffic and things of that nature. I did everything. Got up, made my pot of coffee, drunk my coffee, ate my breakfast, got on the road. For some reason, this day, there was traffic everywhere. Took one road, got off that road, took the streets to another road, got off that road, went back to the other road. It was just traffic. Meanwhile, I'm texting this client like, man, I'm just hitting traffic everywhere. I'm so sorry. And when I got closer to the loop, I never forget, I had this like rapid beating in my chest. And it was like shortness of breath. And I felt a little like woozy a little bit, but it was like, man, what is this feeling? And it's like, I've never felt this feeling before. And the first thing I thought was, I'm having a heart attack. Like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack while I'm driving. And I just took short breaths, and I was trying to like pay attention to other stuff, like, limbs going numb and things of that nature, but none of that happened. And I finally made it to this appointment. And when I got there, the client was like, oh, it's fine. They just started a couple of construction projects yesterday and today. So, it's no worries. We got caught in traffic yesterday, and, my husband and I, and it's okay. It's okay. She's like, I know you may be worried about, first impression, but she was like, it's okay. It's okay. She's like, I understand. So it's fine. But after that day of having that panic attack, something shifted up here in my mind. And all of a sudden, it's like I was going through the motions of training. I was going and training people every day, and it's like, of course I can do it and get through the day because I've been doing it for so long. But I was just off a step. I don't know if anyone has ever felt that, but I woke up and I was just kind of like off a step. It was almost like I'm watching myself wake up and watching myself move slower than I want to move. And I just felt tired. And I remember coming home and laying on my floor, and I had that feeling of wanting to like disappear on a mountain somewhere and then come back down after, a few weeks or whatever. But being at that time, being a family man and everything, you can't just do that. So I remember laying on my floor and writing out who I was gonna give things to. Like I said, I didn't want to like die or anything. I just wanted to like kind of like things to slow down and stop, and me take a break or a breather. And so I started writing out, I'm gonna give my books to this person, I'm gonna give my CDs to this person, give my kids this, and I'm gonna go away for about a month, with no one to know where I am, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be brand new. And I just felt like I wanted everything to just pause and stop, and I didn't want to hear no noise. I didn't want to, be pulled this way, be pulled that way, pulled this way, pulled that way. And I heard something tell me to get up. I got up and I went to the bathroom, and I'm like upset. So I'm like, well, I'm wiping my eyes and everything, and I see the words, fight for your life. I hear the words, fight for your life. When I was laying on the floor, I heard, fight for your life. And I get up and I go to the bathroom, and on my chest, like in lights, was this distorted words that looked like this font that I got tattooed that said, fight for your life. And I was just like, and I'm looking at it in the mirror like, and it's almost like I can look at it, but I can't look at it too long. And then I heard the voice say, which I know it was God saying, can't quit on this one. People need this one. The world needs this one. Can't quit on this one. Can't give up on this one. I ran, grabbed a piece of paper, sketched out what it looked like, the distortion and everything, and how I looked a little like it was bleeding, and like kind of like the old school static screens on TV and everything. And so I wrote it all out and everything, and I said, man. And then I took another piece of paper and I drew real big on it, a t-shirt, like just sketched out a t-shirt. And then I put them together because they were kind of clear sheets of sketch paper. I put them together and I was like, I'm like, okay, it's a shirt. And then I said, man, these words speak to me from the inside out. And when I hear them, it speaks to something in here. I didn't know the magnitude of how it would speak to the world and speak to people and be a voice for anything anybody's going to. I didn't know that then, but I just knew that it spoke from here out. And I knew that it would be needed. That's all I knew, And I sent my first 2 designs to out of state, and that person contacted me like, man, everybody keep asking me where can I get this shirt. Everybody keep asking me about the shirt. And my living situation wasn't conducive at that time to pushing this out. I wasn't supported in my home, so I sat on it. I sat on it and just wrote on it every day. Thought about it every day. It nagged me. Like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. So my aunt had passed, and my aunt was like a second mom to me. And she passed on my cousin, her son's birthday, and they were doing a memorial. So I asked them, I said, cuz, I said, Auntie fought for her life, for a long time. I was like, I said, can I dedicate my company start date to her? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh, all right, cool. He said, man, she would love that. She would have supported anything you was doing anyway. I said, great. So that morning, I got up. I had to be at a court appearance. I was filing for, divorce. So that day, I got up, went to court online because it was during COVID. Divorce was finalized by the judge. Jumped online on my computer, my aunt's memorial. And after my aunt's memorial, I hit the button on Fight for Your Life, made it official. And since then, it has, which I am truly grateful for, all the support and everything, man. And just knowing what it has done and did for me at that time, that's why I know it's the brand that speaks to the within. And it speaks to everything and everyone every day is consistently fighting for their life, whether they're suffering from something or growing from something or going through something. It's like, it speaks. And when I think of t-shirts, I think of, I got my favorite t-shirts that no matter how old and tattered they get, I'm gonna keep them as just rags or something like that before I throw them away. And I want this to be the shirt when you take it out the drawer and you put it on, I'm putting on armor. I can't be a punk this day, because every time you go to a bathroom or you walk past something where you can see your reflection, you're gonna be reminded, fight for your life. And gonna be reminded, fight for your life. And that's what I want people to continue to take in, those words. Fight for your life, fight for your life. It's bigger than clothes. It's bigger than clothes. It's bigger than just wearing it. Man, it's like, and those who have supported, you already know, when you wear it, it's like, it just puts you in that mold. And I've witnessed people who've been sick, who have fought, that will their way back, and then they want a shirt. And I've seen people that have gone through things, and have sent me emails about what they go through and how this, I need one of them. I need one of them, and this is something that I told my family, that this isn't mine, this is ours, and it's ours to build. So as I build it, I want to bring more of my family and my support team in. This is the flag that we all operate under. This is our covenant. We're under God. We fighting for our life, and I just want people to remember that. That's the legacy. When you wear it, not only are you wearing a statement piece, you become the statement for someone, and also for yourself. So thanks so much for listening. I will be posting this today. As always, peace and fight for your life.